Hello, and welcome to Friday Finds with Rob Meyer-Kukan.
Hello, and thank you once again for joining me for Friday Finds. I'm Rob Meyer-Kukan, and I'd like to introduce you to my guest, Claire. Claire, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yeah, my name is Claire Little. I'm a physical therapist in Cary, North Carolina. I graduated from PT school with my master's degree 18 years ago, and I started the Travel Buddy business a few years ago when I initially used it to treat myself because I was having upper trap pain and arm pain about 5 minutes into driving, and then realized that there was going to be a need to utilize this with my patients as well, both preventatively and treatment-wise. And that's what led to starting the Travel Buddy business.
Excellent, wonderful. So tell us a little bit about the Travel Buddy. Tell us what it is and how do we use it. And I think you said you're going to show us a little bit about how to install it in a car too.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So the Travel Buddy is basically a posture support cushion for the car and for airplanes. It's meant to support your upper back as opposed to the lower back in the car, which is the main difference between what you tend to find a lot of times posture support wise on the market right now. Like I said, I started using it for myself due to a pinched nerve in my neck and getting pain in my shoulder and down my arm when I was driving, and I would shove things kind of behind my mid-back to open up my posture and help me sit up straighter, and it would eliminate the pain. And then I thought, why is it that we can do workstation modifications for our patients, and yet we can't do car modifications for our patients for the neck and upper back? Everything was for the lower back. So where it started is about 10 years ago, the automobile industry made regulatory modifications to the seats where all the headrests had to be tilted about 15 degrees forward so that they would be better suited for impact. But what that's done is it's kind of made the car seat basically shaped like a catcher's mitt, which is really not the kind of posture that you want to have. You want to have an upright posture, not like a catcher's mitt or a kidney bean is usually what I tell my patients. So I think that stemmed partly from everybody's posture nowadays is starting to look more and more like this, because we spend an awful lot of time on our phone with our head down this way, or on screens sitting slouched and sitting forward and with that forward head, protruded chin sort of posture and rounded shoulders. And that's creating a lot of shear in the neck and a lot of pain in the upper back and down the arms when people are driving or sitting or anything like that. So the problem is that the new car seats not only have that forward head, but they also have rounded shoulder positions on the side, and a lot of times the cushions will have rounded edges on the side here, so people get a lot of hip pain when they drive, they get shoulder pain. And what people end up doing is the seat should be no more than 10 degrees from upright, but everybody kind of takes the seat and reclines it back really far so the headrest won't hit them in the back of the head and push their head forward in that uncomfortable manner. Right. So I'll show you sort of what that does to your posture. If you're sitting in a regular car seat, this is what it does to my head. So it makes me sit very rounded in the shoulders, it's very rounded in the head, and so what everybody does is they will recline the seat back so they're sitting like this. But if you put me upright, now I'm here, and it's basically the exact same rounded shoulder position that you had in the beginning.
Right.
So the other thing is what people will do a lot of times is they'll put a lumbar support in the seat. And so if you put a lumbar support in, when it's more upright, all that does is just fix the bottom half, but then you're even more curved than you were in the first place.
Right.
So the idea was to fill in that midsection or this section of the seat so that it can make everything better aligned. So you basically bring the seat to you when you're sitting upright, and then it ends up making a straighter line from the headrest down to your low back. So I'm gonna pull this a little closer just so people can see it a little bit better. So the Travel Buddy, the main thing that I wanted to do with it was give it a lot of versatility. So I've seen some other products online that are similar where they'll have something across the low back and then up the center, but that doesn't adjust for people of different heights. Because I have some patients who are 5'2", some who are 6'4", and if you make something that's a standard height, then you can't adjust it for that. The other thing is, everything that I found online, everything was the same thickness, which doesn't work for every body type or every car either. Some headrests aren't as tilted as others. Some of them have a little bit of adjustment to it, so you can fix it. Other people have different body types, where if they're very, very thin, then they're going to need more support to kind of fill that space than if you're either wearing thicker clothing, if you live up north, little things that you might not necessarily think about. So each travel buddy comes with 2 cushions on the inside. This is basically what it looks like. It's very simple, and it just hangs over the headrest. The whole reason why it's simple, A, to keep the cost down, B, so that it can have some versatility, meaning it can be changed into different thicknesses and very adjustable for different heights. And then I also wanted it to be lightweight and compact enough so that you could take it on an airplane with you and it'll fit in your carry-on bag. So a couple of the airlines now are actually making their headrests in the airplane stick out about 2 inches.
Right.
Which is, to me, I can't even wrap my head around that, because you're basically sitting on the plane and getting pushed in this direction. So people that travel all the time, it kills them. And so you can use it on the plane, but then you can also use it in your rental car when you get there. So that was the main reason why I wanted it to be super lightweight, very portable, and very, very adjustable for height as well as thickness. So each one comes with a 1-inch piece of foam and a 1/2 inch. I've taken the 1/2 inch out so that I can kind of show you the difference as to how you'd fit yourself with it when you purchase one. So it just simply Velcros open, and you can take the 1/2 inch one out and leave the 1-inch foam in there. And all it does is just clip right around your headrest. And I'll kind of show you an adjustment for me. The top of the cushion should hit you right around where that bone sticks out at the top of your back and at the base of your neck. So when I sit in the car seat with one cushion, okay, I'm still a little bit rounded, and I'm still kind of looking down at the floor in front of me instead of sitting upright. So I would put another 1/2 inch in for me. Okay, now with it in place, I'm sitting rather upright and I can look straight ahead of me. The other thing that happens if you have one of the seats that you're reclining it back and out of the way, then you're overextending your arms, reaching for the steering wheel and putting a lot of extra strain on your shoulders and your rotator cuff. Mm-hmm. So that's part of this, is to not only save your neck and your upper back, but your shoulders as well. When you're in this upright position, I should be able to drape my hands over the top of the steering wheel and have them hit at my wrists. Okay? If you initially feel like you're too upright and you feel like a little old lady sort of driving away on top of your steering wheel, then just start out reclined a little bit back until you get more used to being upright. If this feels like too much, then you just take the 1/2 inch one out, okay, and you just go with the 1 inch. You can always roll up. If you like lumbar support, I would definitely bump up the lumbar support in your seat, but if you like more than that, roll up the little 1/2 inch one and put it in a tube sock, and then you can use that as an extra added lumbar support if you have a lot of back issues.
Wow, that's awesome. That's super cool. Well, and one of the things that I notice in my practice as well is that, if people have this forward head posture, rounded shoulders, your abdominals are going to weaken, and then your low back's going to start hurting as well. So this product is just phenomenal for all sorts of uses.
A couple of patients that I've used it for their lower back, because when you sit in that kidney bean posture, your core is completely shut off. Right. When you sit upright and tall, just like you were saying, it turns your core on, which is going to get you to use a lot of those stabilizer muscles when you're driving.
Excellent. That's awesome. It was really cool seeing, just in the quick demo you did, the difference in your posture once you put the travel buddy on the seat and then that other piece of foam. It's such a simple adjustment, but wow, this is amazing. Very cool. Wonderful. Well,
sort of be for people like the product I keep coming back to in my head is like a foam roller. The idea of it is not just for the treatment, it's for the prevention of neck and upper back pain. Everybody's posture is getting worse and worse and worse, which is why I think so many people don't notice that their car seats are so terrible for them, because they're already shaped like that. So it's not just if you have neck and upper back pain, you need this. It's really, you need this so that you don't get neck and upper back pain if you're spending any amount of time in your car. I can't tell you how many more teenagers and millennials I'm getting on my schedule as a physical therapist now, because their posture is getting more and more and more rounded. As soon as they get behind a wheel, they're just perpetuating that whole posture. And then they're slouching in class, and they're on their phones, and they're on their laptops. So it's really, why I equate it sort of the foam roller is because you don't really know you need a foam roller until somebody shows you how to use a foam roller. And then you're like, oh, I need a foam roller. That's kind of how I feel like this is. You don't know you need a travel buddy until you try it in your car and you put it in there and then you take it out. And that's usually what I do with my patients. I'll correct their posture and then I take it out and they're all like, oh, I'm like, right?
Yeah, makes a tremendous difference.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So how would someone go about purchasing a travel buddy to have on there for themselves?
So the easiest way really is through my website. I do sell them locally here, but obviously not everybody is local. So the website is travelbuddyposture.com, and there's a store on there. It comes in a multitude of different colors and fabrics, from very, very plain black and gray and tan colors to more colorful, fun fabrics. And they just ordered online. They are $39.99 plus shipping and handling. I am running a special right now for early bird shoppers for Christmas. So they can go on to my Facebook page is another way to get in touch with me. You can search Travel Buddy Posture to find the coupon code, which is Early Bird 2017. And that'll get you 15% off between now and November 15th. But the easiest way is through the website. And you can also contact me through the website as well. There's a contact us page for that.
Excellent. So that was my next question, is how do people reach you? So contacting you through the website is the best way to go. Excellent.
I would say so, yeah. That, and I've just started a blog on my website as well. So that was travelbuddyposture.com/blog. And you can reach out to me that way, and I'll have little tidbits on there as to how do you know if your posture is good or bad, or what can you do to work on your posture, simple little tidbits like that. Because I think that some people sometimes don't realize how far gone their posture has gotten, sort of to put it nicely, that a lot of times if you can't stand flat up against the wall and get the base of your head against the wall, then you have a little bit of work to do. Those are typically the people that when I put the travel buddy in their car, they feel like, oh, this is a little bit too much. And so I'll back them down to just using maybe the 1/2-inch foam until they feel like it's not there anymore. And then they can go back to using the 1-inch foam when they start to feel a little bit more comfortable with it.
Awesome. And I will make sure that a link to the Travel Buddy website and the Travel Buddy Facebook page is in the description of the video below. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on social media, it'll be in the comments as well, so that you get to have that info right at your fingertips. So the way I like to end all of my interviews is to ask my guests to give us some words of wisdom, maybe the best piece of advice that you've ever been given, whether it is funny or serious, and whether it's related to what we're talking to or not. So would you share with us some words of wisdom?
I would say my words of wisdom would be solve the problem. I have used that a lot in my life, and as well as with my kids, that there are going to be many challenging things that are going to happen to you in life, and it's not so much what happens to you, but how you deal with it. So my kids hear me a lot say, okay, well, that was really unfortunate. Now what are you going to do about it? You can be upset about it for a little while, but now figure out how to solve your problem and do something about it. So that's my little catchphrase, solve your problem.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. And thank you to you for tuning in and for watching Friday Finds today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the videos that you're seeing on my channel, I encourage you to click that subscribe button. Then you'll get a notification every time a new video comes out. But you can be assured that you will see a new video every Friday on Friday Finds. And so I'd like to say thank you once again to Claire for joining me. If you are watching this video on Friday, have a great weekend. If you're watching it on another day, have a great week. So thanks again, Claire, and goodbye, everyone.
Join me next week as we go on location to the Carytown Chime and meet with the chime master, Heather O'Neill.